last topic, Matt, we're going to talk about our top 5 arcade games. Now, we kind of just said this, top 5 arcade games, but how did you devise your list? And then I'll tell you how I devised my list.
Mine are games I actually put quarters in.
Well, no, I got that. Like, these are top 5 arcade machine games.
Okay.
Games that you would play at an arcade. Not like arcade style games or whatever.
Right.
But what type of arcade machine games did you put on your list? Are these like your favorite, or are these like, because I mean, sometimes they can be released on consoles and stuff like that. Like,
these were the ones that I spent the majority of the time just playing them at the arcade.
And would you rather play them on arcade?
Some of them I can't.
Gotcha.
Play them otherwise. I guess play them any other way besides arcade.
Okay. Well, let's start with your number 5.
Number 5 did not have this problem. I could probably play it on anything, but I used to love Joust, and that was like an old archaic game, but I used to love
I like Joust.
Riding around on my little flying ostrich ostrich, because you could run on the land. Yeah, so ride around and try and knock guys off their little flying birds or whatever, and a phoenix would come out every now and then and try and take everyone out. But I'll just talk about the original Spam was probably that, because you had to hit the button to fly around.
Yeah.
So
didn't that use a ball? I kind of remember it using a trackball.
It may have used a ball, but I think you still had to push a button to flap.
Right.
To increase your height and everything.
Yeah, I like Joust. You know what? They never remade Joust in any form, did they?
Not that I know of.
Huh. I mean, maybe they came out with it on like a PSP or whatever, or maybe like a small little revamp, but not like to the extent that Frogger has been remade.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I like Joust. My number 5 is Dance Dance Revolution.
I knew this would be on here somewhere. I actually thought it'd be higher, but
really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, no. Dance Dance Revolution is just one of those games where no matter what console you play it on, it's so much more fun in the arcade.
Yeah.
It's designed for the arcade. I like the really hard pads. I mean, I've played with some of the arcade pads that they made for the home that are more durable than those flimsy garbage mats.
Right.
But man, I had so much fun playing this. I was like a champion. It was great. Did you ever play it in the arcade? I think we've talked about this.
I never played it. I just enjoyed watching like two people. You could get side by side on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, side by side playing each other. And
they watch the crazy people where they like switch off. They would jump onto each other's pad. And,
right.
Yeah. It's fun.
They played it in Hackers.
Did they really?
Didn't he like show up and he like, when that Dance Dance for? Maybe it wasn't. It was some game. They showed up at some kind of arcade and they were playing against each other. But I
haven't seen that in a long time.
I don't know why I'm thinking it was the Dance Dance Revolution though. Why should it be something totally different? I don't know.
We'll look it up later.
Yeah. Number 4?
Yep.
My number 4, this was if you like shooting guns, Time Crisis.
Oh yeah.
You step on that pedal, duck down, and come up and just blast away. I remember we took a trip to Disney World and we got lucky enough to. We stayed at I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it had something called the Boardwalk, and it was kind of like on a lake and had like a boardwalk and had all these shops and stuff. Well, luckily enough, there was an arcade there, and I think I was like 14 or so. So the mom and dad would let me wander by myself. And so I would go to the arcade every night and play, and they had Time Crisis.
Which one?
It's a good question. I don't know that I ever, unless 2 was the one I played all the time. I think I only played the first one though.
Fair enough.
But so that would have been, I think this was in like 95, roughly around there. So.
Oh, wow. It probably was more like 1.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying it, if that gave a timeline on when maybe 2 came out. But I went there and these kids were playing it. They were doing okay, but they were being a little too methodical with like the shooting and like trying to like hit things on one shot and taking time to aim. And
so they weren't just going like crazy mode?
Yeah. And so whenever I got on there, I had to, you duck, come on, bam, 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 duck, bam, 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 just go unload.
Bullets are free.
Yeah, exactly. Bullets are free. And they're like, I remember like these 4 guys, like 2 on each side, like just turned at me and was like, you're really good. And it wasn't that I was probably doing any better than them. I was just
Different style.
a different style. Yeah, so Time Crisis. Good time.
My number 4 is Soul Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the, you know what? I don't really like playing fighting games on consoles, but man, I love playing them in the arcade.
Right.
That's pretty much why I put Soul Blade on here. There's a couple other fighting games I would probably put on there, maybe like some of the Mortal Kombat games and such.
Right.
But Soul Blade, man, when I first started playing that in the arcade, the love for that. Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
Just it's such a good thing. I mean, if I had to pick, there's 2 types of arcade machines I would pick to be in my house if I could own one. Which I guess I could. I'm just saying if I had a choice of getting one, it would be a game with the guns or probably a fighting game. Because I feel like, arcade fighters, they just don't age. Like you pop it in a Nintendo or something or a PlayStation 1, you're kind of like, oh, this looks like garbage.
Right.
But you jump in front of a giant arcade and you play a fighter, it doesn't even matter.
Right.
So, did you ever play this Soul Blade?
Just casually. I didn't like get into it enough to learn fight patterns or anything like that, or moves or.
Did you play a
whatever.
lot of arcade fighters?
No, that I was going to say I wasn't big into arcade fighters per se.
Gotcha. I mostly like them, I guess, because the arcade sticks, and I usually didn't spend money to buy the console versions.
Right.
So maybe that had a lot of influence on it.
Yeah, maybe. My number 3 was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
Yes.
Nothing better than whether you knew them or not, with 3 other people just flying through this game, having a good time. Like I said, it was social in a sense. It was no fun to play by yourself.
Right.
You had to have a full load of people on that thing, just going to town and fighting away, and always staying behind a group. Hopefully one dropped out so you could get in with them, that kind of deal. But man, I used to love when I could find a place that had that game. So,
oh man, that game is so great. And I'm gonna hop into my number 3 because it ties into this.
Okay.
I thought about my number 3 because I wanted to put a game like this, the multiplayer games, and
Right.
I was thinking the Simpsons arcade game
Okay.
because that was really fun.
Yes.
And it's a similar concept. You got 4 players or whatever.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh man, that's such a great game.
Right.
Actually, my neighbor down the street has that arcade machine in her house.
Like
The arcade machine.
your neighbor here.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Like 3 doors down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We went over on a party and she has, it's TMNT 2, I think, or whatever.
Okay.
Like basically the good one.
Right.
And I was like, well, what is going on? But it was a party. It was like a family reunion thing. She had a bunch of kids playing it.
All right.
I was like, I'm coming over at some point and I'm playing this.
Out of the way, kids.
Yeah, get out of my way. This is my nostalgia.
Yeah.
Go play your Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought about those 2 games, but then I remembered the X-Men
Yes.
game.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever played it.
Oh, no, I played it.
Well, what I'm about to say, though, it's a 4-player game. They had a 6-player version. Did you ever play that?
I never saw that one.
It was so epic. Dude, it had one side of the screen was a screen, and it basically had 2 screens next to each other, but since they were like crappy like CRT TVs and stuff,
Right.
they had another one that was embedded into the bottom, and it had a mirror next to the monitor. So it like reflect the image.
Right.
So it looked like it had 2 monitors and it was this big widescreen display.
Right.
And it was like 6 players.
Wow.
Epic.
Yes.
Man, it was so fun. I mean, as I was looking up this list, I did not know how rare that was, but it was crazy rare. Like I think they only made like hundreds of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't remember where I played it. I think it was in Tennessee or something. I know it wasn't here because I only played it one time.
Yeah.
But they did have a 4-player version here in like a couple of pizza places.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my number 3. So,
Number 3. My number 2, as I said, I wasn't too big into the fighting games. I never stood in line to do the Mortal Kombats or anything like that. I didn't want to take the time to learn all the moves and everything. But one fighting game I did enjoy a whole lot because the bowling alley not too far from my house had it in their arcade, and that was Pit Fighter.
oh yeah.
So,
I think we talked about this on our top Nintendo games.
yes.
Yeah.
Or did we do Sega?
Or Sega
It was
Genesis,
Sega,
yeah.
it was, Sega games. And but man, Pit Fighter was just a blast. Now I could play that one by myself. I didn't mind doing that, but I didn't mind a challenge.
I mean, that was similar in similar in the fact that you could play it 4 players.
Right. Yeah. So, and man, that was just a good time. Usually I was playing it by myself though, but because of where it wasn't like a high traffic location or anything, but
yeah. Actually, you say that, but most of these games I played, well, maybe not. Maybe just the X-Men game. We played it at bowling alleys as well.
Yeah.
Because my mom used to bowl all the time, and then me and my little brother would go and run around and play the arcade room. But my number 2, you've already mentioned it, is Time Crisis.
Time Crisis.
Like I said, one of the biggest type games I like in the arcade is shooters. Mm-hmm. You pick up a gun, it's any kind of gun game, man, I'm on it. I'm going to play it.
Right.
So, I mean, you can't really get that type of experience in the home anymore. With even with the Wii and the PlayStation Move and the Kinect and stuff like that, it's just a different experience than it is when you're in the arcade with these huge machines built for this one purpose.
Right.
So Time Crisis 4 specifically is probably my favorite of the series. But yeah, Time Crisis is so good. Mm-hmm. You want to do some honorable mentions, Matt?
Yeah, I'll do. You want me to just go through all of them, or?
I only have one.
Oh, I got a couple.
So maybe I'll start with mine.
Start with yours.
Actually, you start with yours. I'll do my honorable mention, and then we'll do our top one.
So me start?
Yeah, just go through all of them.
Okay. I'll put...
Matt's really got a top 10 here.
Yeah, I didn't really play it a whole lot, but NBA Jams I felt was a lot of fun. Boom Shakalaka, and he's on fire and all that stuff.
Well, just to interrupt you, that was my one.
You could have waited.
No, but we're already doing it anyway. So we might as well talk about it now.
Oh, go ahead. All right.
NBA Jam was amazing. This is the greatest game. The only reason I didn't put it on my top 5 is because I don't even know if it'd be in my top 10.
It's your one honorable mention.
It's my one honorable mention.
It wasn't your number one.
It's not my number one.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Right, no, it's my only honorable mention. Sorry. It's just because I'm not much into sports, especially like video games, but man, it was... this in the same bowling alley that I was telling you about the X-Men.
Right.
They eventually swapped the X-Men game, I think, for the Simpsons or something else. But then they got NBA Jam. The timeline kind of eludes me, but when they got NBA Jam, that arcade room was booming. Yeah. I mean, people were driving up to the bowling alley specifically to play NBA Jam. Yeah. That's how good of an arcade it was. Yeah. Wasn't my favorite, game in the arcade, but man, it was really fun.
It was fun. Exactly. That's why I put it on here. Same thing. Then another game. I don't know if this game was all that big, but I really enjoyed it. It was called Police Trainer, and it was pretty much a skill game. It was they had
they had the little pop-ups and stuff.
Yeah. Or you might have a ball, and you had to keep shooting it to keep it
up in the air.
Yeah, up in the air and stuff like that. I put X-Men in the honorable mention, but it would have been side by side probably with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It could have been went either way with that, but I did keep X-Men in mind. Big Buck Hunter. I don't hunt, but that game is a lot of fun.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, I love Big Buck Hunter and the Safari version of it and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to just sit there and you wait and deer, they poke their head up at you and then they all run. It's like you start shooting and stuff. It's like, oh, I hit a doe. So you lose points because you can only shoot certain things.
How does this work for money? Do you put $1 in? You're playing it for 6 hours.
It's
you're sitting there. I gotta wait for this deer to pop up, guys.
No. It shows you a scenery and there will be maybe you see 2 deer, but there's another 2 or 3 that are kind of hidden. And then they just start darting everywhere and you got to hurry up and try and shoot them. And like I said, you're not supposed to hit doe, I believe. And so you got to try and hit all the bucks and you got to hit them in the right spot to actually kill them. And so if you go aboard and you didn't kill the buck or get a trophy or anything like that, then it's you lose a try.
Oh, I gotcha.
That kind of thing. So you can ride $1 out.
So it is kind of more arcade style.
Yeah, it's very arcade style. And then I didn't get a chance to play this a whole lot. I have played it arcade, but Dragon Slayer.
The choose what happens Dragon Slayer? Oh, no, that's Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, Dragon's Lair.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Step right.
Right.
Yeah, that thing.
I don't think I ever played it in the arcade. I just played it on my Mac.
Yeah.
A long time
Well, that's
ago.
what I've played it more I think I had it on PlayStation maybe, or I might even had a DVD version where you used your remote to do it. But I have found it at times out and about. So I have played the actual arcade.
That seems like it'd be kind of a waste.
Yeah.
Quarter, you died because you choose the
exactly, because you don't remember, you don't know the pattern.
Right, yeah. Or you could beat the whole game with 1 quarter.
Exactly.
So,
but it's always been really appealing to me, like looks wise, and I've always had
it's a fun game.
Yeah.
I don't know about the arcade, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is another social game to stand around and mash buttons with, but Red Valkyrie needs food badly.
Oh, Gauntlet.
So, I mean, yeah, it saved your character. We've talked about this before. Well, with the Gen Con thing. I mean, it saved your character. You put your code in and everything, and as long as they didn't like restart it on you, which was crappy, but I had it happen a few times to me. But yeah, I mean, you show up, there's usually always a full table playing that game. So
yeah,
and it didn't matter. It didn't.
I wonder how much money they made off of Gauntlet, because they did have that detrimental thing where your health is going down all the time.
Yeah, it was always going down.
Always.
Yes.
Man, you're feeding quarters in that.
But you know, that game was weird because I was actually thinking about it on the way over here. It was cooperative, but it was very like in your face because, oh, I know you need food, but that costs me money. So,
yeah.
So you need to worry about your own food or something. I don't care that you're about to die.
It's like competitive cooperative.
Yeah, there's a guy standing right behind you ready to get in here. I don't really care.
I'm not dying.
Yeah.
If I let you get this, you're playing it 20 more seconds than me.
And a key shows up, dash. Oh, you all might die if I'm going. I see a key over here.
Yeah, you know, I never really thought about it like that, but it did work out like that.
Yeah.
You know, because people got their quarters lined up on the arcade machine. You're like, I ain't dying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna knock this guy out of the way and try to get him, you know, go fight that stuff over there.
Yeah.
Start grabbing all the treasure, grabbing all the food.
Right. So, yeah, good time, Gauntlet.
My number 1, I don't know if you ever played it, is Police 911.
I think I have.
So this is the step up from gun games. You know, gun games, you got like a button, you know, you're shooting the screen. Like Time Crisis, you have a little foot switch that puts you in the hide mode and stuff. This actually has basically a camera system and motion sensor.
Okay,
system
I have not
around.
played this one. All right, I know what you're talking about though.
And so you're firing at the screen and bullets are coming at you. They are a lot slower than actual bullets, so you can dodge them.
Right.
You're using your entire body to step left or step right or duck down or jump or whatever to dodge all this crap. It is absolutely the most, if I had this in my home, I would seriously be in shape.
Right.
It is crazy how much exercise it is in a small amount of time. Because man, you can play like the first stage and you might put 20 minutes into it and you feel like you just worked your abs out like crazy. Mm-hmm. Such a good game. Actually, I've kind of looked online to try to find a copy of this to buy, like the actual arcade. But I mean, it's just so rare or expensive and stuff.
Really?
It's kind of just, apparently they're supposed to come out with it on the Wii or something like that. Or man, I really wish they would have, but if you have a chance to play Police 911, they also made a second one, I believe. Well, I know they made a second one. Yeah. They may have made a third one, but check it out. It is awesome.
Get in shape.
Yeah. And they used to have remember Incredible Dave's? Did you ever go there? They had an Incredible Dave's here.
They did?
Yeah, but it shut down. But they had a copy of it.
Really?
We went up there multiple times. This is like literally 6 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
So I think it reopened or somebody else bought it and reopened it. So maybe they have it. Maybe we'll have to go check this out, Matt.
Yeah. I was like, it might be Dave and Buster's, but they always have commercials here for it, but I think it's only in Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half away from us. So I always found out because I got to talking to someone at work. Oh, the thing, was it out by, well, people aren't going to locations. The Hurstbourne area?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'd heard of it. I'd never been there, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Police 911 is amazing. Mm-hmm. So that's our top 5
Yay.
arcade machine games. So